the calls.
You'll eventually get the 20% back. That Silver Connect card is going to pay her co-payments. Remicade, I believe, is an injectable, and her hospitalization co-payments. And tell them to turn his Part B on. Okay, so why do you need me to research these things? Because I have my ear on the railroad tracks. I have to pay attention to what's going on for my consumers. But as I promised a client of mine, I'm going to tell a little story, as I usually do. So, Mr. Fred and Mr. Wilma Rubble came in yesterday, and they worked for a well-known helicopter company, said Helicopter Michael Regan Corp. Anyway, it's a big company down in the valley, and they come in with a form saying that the deal that's been cut for the retiree from this Michael Regan helicopter company down in the valley, make all the military helicopters, their benefits are running out on July 25th. And they're a little panicked. They're like, wait a second, what are we going to do? The 25th is the cutoff date for the insurance, and the 31st is the cutoff date for the end of the month. So we're in a quandary. I take out the Rubbles, Fred and Wilma Rubbles forms. I get on the phone like I usually do. I spend more than an hour trying to get a live body. We finally get a live body at said carrier so-and-so. Said carrier so-and-so says, nope, you have to do everything over the computer. And can't I just get an HR person's phone number, please? I get an HR person's phone number. It's another computer. We don't know what to do. So this gentleman is a doer and a half. His beautiful wife and he storm the doors. They go down to Michael Regan Helicopter Company down in the valley, and somehow he convinces the security guard, look, I'm an old retiree. I'm known. I need your help. Here's my forms. The security guard's gracious enough to put in a phone call. The gentleman also in his car, Fred and Wilma Rubble, are calling the HR person. She is a woman, says, yes, I can handle this. He's like, I'm in the parking lot waiting for you. They somehow pull it off, unbeknownst to me. They pull it off. She signs the form that I give them. They go down to Social Security. They now get this Part B turned on for July 1st. They are in the clear. They chose the same said company that they had with Michael Regan Helicopter Company down in the valley. And that way it was just ease of comfort. They had this carrier. They took the same carrier. There will be no 6 days of uninsured, and I've got to give them a lot of credit. I like to tell stories on the show. That is what I call a doer. They were back in the office today with the forms from the helicopter company to the Social Security Department, enrolled for Medicare Part B July 1st. Now, why is this important? Because if you are out there and you are retiring soon, there are so many hoops you have to jump through, you have no idea. A client of mine told me there was an article in the Republican American that was a couple weeks back stating that it was a maze to deal with this whole Medicare, and that it was easier to, I don't know, I guess do the Rubik's Cube or something like that than to figure out this Medicare thing. I've yet to get a copy of the article, but she's a reliable woman. Sharon will take care of me and find that article in the Republican American. If not, I'll have to be just Google it. I'll have to just resolve to Google the article. But anyway, this Medicare maze is a little difficult. The baby boomers are coming in droves. They really don't understand. This is what I need to do. If I work past age 65, will I be penalized? The answers are yes. If you don't have credible coverage, you will be penalized on your Part D. That pain in the butt is called Maximus, Maximus, and it's a government watch agency who will penalize you for the number of months that go by without having credible Part D for drug coverage. So please pay attention. Listen to the show. Call the office. Ask your reliable insurance agent. Make sure you know what's going on, because you will be in the Fred and Wilma Rubble situation, and not have a clue. Luckily, their next door neighbor is a client of mine, and a very good friend of mine in Nugget is a client of mine. So she said, this kid will steer you in the right direction. So that's what I did. And this kid is now 46 years old, so I guess this young, good-looking man will steer you in the right direction. All right, so they pulled it off. It was well done, so I give them a lot of credit. They had tenacity to the max. They would just not take no for an answer. All right.